Hello, hi, welcome back. My name is Michelle, and the name of my garden channel is Michelle's Garden and Lifestyle. And this is maybe my third video, and today we're going to come out and we're going to harvest some things. Today is September, I believe, the 30th, Sunday, 2025, and I have some things in the garden that needs to be harvested. I live in Ohio. This is zone 6B, and this is my new garden YouTube channel. I have been gardening for a couple years now. Well, a lot of years, but this is fairly a new garden, maybe 3 years old. And I have some things out here that needs to be harvested. I see I have the last of the yellow the lemon cucumbers that needs to be picked, and I have some tomato plants that I need to harvest some. I just took a loss with my watermelon. Something got a hold to it and ate it from the inside. Ate it out, tore it up, y'all. I am so disappointed, but I got a couple little more ones that's left on the vine. Maybe they'll grow, hopefully they'll grow up to some size. So come on with me, y'all. Let's see what we can find out here. I know I have some tomatoes out here and some eggplant. Um, as you can see, look at that. My my trellis for my tomato plants collapsed. The string that I had to call myself trailing this with did not hold up, so I'm gonna have to do better next year. um, I also have some eggplant that needs to be harvested, and a bunch of little tomatoes. I started gardening with my mom. This was something that she liked to do. This is bad. I'm just going to that's bad, y'all. That's going to the compost bin. I am fairly new at this, guys. So I'm learning the system. I'm learning the camera thing, trying to figure that out. And also trying to learn my way around YouTube, trying to figure that out. You know, I'm hoping that I put up some content that y'all can find useful. You know, I'm trying to learn how to do sourdough bread. I've been fooling around with that a little bit, trying to figure that out. I love to cook, so that's a new adventure. The bees I see is still out. These tomato plants, guys, I gotta find. This is a mess. They all on the ground. Look at that. Look at this. I'm getting some nice tomatoes, guys. That's one thing that did good in my garden this year was tomatoes. Even though my trellis didn't work out right, but next year I think what I'm gonna have my son do is I'm gonna do a trellis that goes all the way around, and I'm gonna go on up. That way I won't have all of this in the alley, all in the aisles. I can't even walk. Look at this lemon cucumber. Cucumber. I pickled a couple of those, guys. I got some in the house. I had enough people. It's only got maybe 2 jars. But these is all bad, guys. Look at that. Going to the compost. I'm learning, I just recently retired a couple months ago, and finding some new things, to do with my life. Learning how to can, I'm gonna learn how to sourdough bread, making sourdough bread. I was never a baker, but I love to cook though. But baking has never been my thing, but I do love sourdough bread making. And so I'm thinking of trying to learn how to do that. And here's the dog barking. That's Roscoe. He's a Yorkie Silky. And he's out here in the backyard with me. And he's a little, I guess, a guard dog. And he barks at anything. And I mean, when I say anything, anything. Sometimes he just be out here barking just to bark. If I get out of view, guys, please bear with me because of this tracker is not tracking. It's not doing this thing. I don't know if it's me or it. Me not knowing how to work it correctly. Back here with me. I got tomatoes that's hanging on the ground, guys. This is terrible. Roscoe. Peppers. Let me show y'all my watermelons and cantaloupe. See that? Can y'all really see it? Can you see? I'm about to put this. See, the vine had dried. That's how you know that it's ready to be picked. Sometimes you get smaller. Let's do that. There's another one. So, are y'all gonna do a fall garden this year? I think I'm gonna plant just a couple items. I'm planting some greens. I have some seedlings starting in the basement, but I'm gonna drop some seeds as well. Um, I'm gonna do some greens, some kale, some lettuce, radishes, and beets. I don't know if I'm gonna do it back here in the backyard because in the winter months back here in the backyard holds a lot of water. It is the snow. It becomes it becomes very high back here, and it's hard to get in the garden bed areas. So I think I might use my green beds. My green stalks. I have 2 green stalks on my front porch. And so I think I'm going to do a lot of my relishes and beets and lettuce and kale and collards. And I think I'm going to do them in my green stalk. I might just plant my garlic and maybe some onions and things like that can go in carrots. I probably plant them back here in the back because you could basically plant those and forget it. You know, they'll survive the winter months by themselves because back here in the back, I don't know. We shall see. I don't know about it though. I think I'm just going to stick on the front garden because, like I said, back here, it's a mess in the winter months. Let's see, I got some kilos back here. A couple pepper plants. One thing that I love doing, guys, I love gardening. That's something that helps me get translated to cancer. And it's the something that she loves to do is garden. And I used to garden with her. And I have 7 of us siblings. And I was the only one that she did garden with her. And it became something that me and her did together. And it stuck with me. You know, now my family sees me and call me the farmer of the family. You know, and it helped me with stress. I was going through some stressful times, and it helped me. But coming out here in the garden, I was able to, handle a little bit of the stress, help me to release some of the stress that came out here, and I think about stuff and the yay! I see some tomatoes back here, all the way in the back. Yes, I don't know if I can get back there. Let's see. Nice ones. next year, guys, I'm gonna come up with a better floor plan because this year the floor plan was not a success. We'll keep playing. Okay. That's coming off. Sweating already, guys. Already. I have one basket full. Look at these tomatoes. Look at that, guys. I guess I'm gonna be doing some more canning. I hope y'all can hear me. You know? Because I haven't figured out how to do voiceovers yet. You know, if anybody out there, they got any advice for me how to operate this YouTube thing, please help us out. Because I'm trying to figure this out. You know? I'm gonna have to get out here and I need to pull these cucumber plants up, these tomatoes. I'm letting them die out some more. But these are indeterminate. And indeterminate, they die with the frost. You know, and I don't see no more. I see a couple, but not a lot of flowers on them. But the disease is taking over and killing off these tomato plants. So once I see them blushing, I'm going to pull them off. For the last couple of days, I've been doing a lot of canning. You know, I'm learning it. Canning. I got a couple of recipe books. Canning books, I should say. Keep an eggplant. I've been doing, you know, I have first year asparagus plant back here. I have my eggplant been doing its thing, guys. I've been having eggplant, plentiful eggplant coming up, you know. And what I do with them, you know, I cut them up and I freeze them. And I use them in my stir-fry dishes. That's a good eating. This is just one section of my garden. I have two different sections in the backyard garden. The other section I want to take it back. Move around here. Come back and get that basket. And then also, guys, I have some blueberry bushes that I need to plant. Some strawberry bushes. Not strawberry bushes. Raspberry bush. And a blackberry bush that I need to plant. And I also have an elderberry that I need to plant and put in the ground. But I've been having some problems with my back and my sciatic nerve pain. So I've been, waiting on my son to come and do the digging for me. So I want to get them in the ground before it gets too late, before the season, gets too cold. I want to have them planted. So I'm going to have to wait on have my son come and dig the holes for me. And now put them in the ground. Because I got them at a good deal. I got them at Home Depot. Only paid $3 for the blackberries and the raspberry. The blueberries, yep, I got them from Home Depot as well for $3. So I think I got 3 blueberry bushes and 2 blackberry and 1 raspberry that I need to plant. And I have 1 white elderberry that I need to plant. So I need to get that done. I have, as I mentioned, I have one son and 1 daughter. And they grown and doing their own thing. So I'm sorry if I keep getting out of focus, out of view, guys. This thing is not tracking. I don't know how you make it to the 360. I don't know how you do that. I'm learning, guys, trying to figure it out. Down here, right now. I'm gonna get a little bigger. They still kind of small. I'm going to my backyard. I live in this suburb area. Couple grow bags and I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 raised beds. And I have some, like I said, I have 2 green stalks. And I have apple tree, 2 peach trees, and 1 pear tree. And I'm doing this in my backyard. So, just letting you know that, and I don't have no acre land or larger. I have a simple backyard. Since my kids are grown, I don't have any grandkids as of yet. I don't need no grass. Okay? And really, I don't want to be cutting the grass, So, I'm going to plant it So that's what I've been doing. I've been putting up a little my garden. I come out here and I chill in my backyard. I plant me a little something in my yard, some food. I have some collard greens growing. I have corn. That corn, I don't think it's doing. I think it's done. I had some squash plants and zucchini plants. They're done for the season. I poured the majority of them up already. And I had some collard greens and mustard greens that dying out. Well, they're going to seed now. So I'm about to start a new batch. I've got some seedlings in the basement that I'm waiting to get large enough I can bring them on out and plant them up. So I gotta clean out some of these garden beds. So I'm gonna pull out that I think the watermelon and cantaloupe is pretty much done. And like I said, I'm waiting on these tomato plants to they seem to be dying out. Like I said, the trellis didn't hold up. So plants, they're like leaning all over, falling all onto the ground. So next year we do better. And I'm gonna find a different spot to put these cucumbers because the way that I had it set up, I couldn't get behind the cucumbers. So that I have a lot of overgrown ones that's turned over right. And so they're going to the compost bin. Okay, and I have 3 different compost bins set up. I have, the barrel one, and I also have a box one. I also have, let's take a walk. Look at this one. I don't know if you can see in there. That's another garden bed that I have. And I have sweet potato plants that's flowered up and should be almost ready to start pulling them. I'm going to give them maybe to the middle of next month. But the white potatoes, I think they need to be pulled up. They should be done. They died down now. And so I guess I'll be pulling up some. I also have some tomatoes and this other one that needs to come out because they're falling to the ground. I didn't even plant them tomato plants. I'm telling y'all, if once you plant these little small tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and they decompose in your garden, don't do that unless you're going to keep using that bed for strictly for tomatoes because they came back on their own, and it was supposed to be a pepper bed this year, and the tomatoes came back and it took over, and it's about smothered out my pepper plants. I have a couple of red cucumbers, okra that needs to be pulled. I'm going to get them tomorrow. Give me one more day. And let's see. Hopefully this year I can get my fence put up so I can have that done, and I'll feel much better once I get, my fence up around the yard. And I can take the dog off the leash and let him be free in his own backyard. But since we had him a year, it'll be a year, I think in November it'll be a year. And so he has not basically learned, to stay in the yard. So I wanted, once I get a fence, he'll be able to, move around the yard more. And I feel more comfortable about letting him off the leash. So I thank you guys for coming in and watching and hanging out with me while I work in the yard, pick some vegetables. Um, we got what we got. We have tomatoes, lots of tomatoes. We have three small watermelons, one cantaloupe, and I think I got 2 mini cucumbers, and a couple little peppers, and okra, and an eggplant today. And that's not bad. You know, I'm chopping in my own garden. So what are you growing this year? Are you going to do a garden? Are you going to, are you going to garden for the fall? What things do you, like growing? I'll basically put anything in the ground. If I get the seeds, if I can get it to grow, I'm going to put it in the ground. I got some artichoke seeds I'm going to plant. Seeds, and I want to see how that'll grow for me. I want to try to do better with garlic this year. My onions, some of my bulbs to be bigger, But I'm, happy with what I got. I got some string beans back there. I got to get back there and back and put these string beans and cow peas and purple hog peas that I got back there. I got to get that pulled. So I need to get back there and do that. I need to find a way to get these tomato plants off this ground back here before I get disease. I don't know if y'all can see it. Can you see? I think it's well, I think you can see it really. Look at that. Can you see that? It's terrible. But I got next year. Next year I'll do better. I'll learn how to trellis this stuff up. Well, thank you guys for coming and joining me and hanging out with me. I worked in the garden. So, again, my name is Michelle, and this is Michelle's Garden Lifestyle channel. Thank you. Hope you like the channel. Hope you subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And thank you. I appreciate you. Goodbye.